Before the jury gets the case, it is up to the judge to issue jury instructions. Do we know yet what actually the jury is going to have to find, the elements of the crime that they will have to find Donald Trump committed beyond a reasonable doubt?
We do not. As far as I know, the falsifying business documents, that's a standard jury charge in New York. You can read that. And that's been given, thousands of times. The other crime, I'm curious to see how that jury instruction gets crafted and which theory of the prosecution it's going to go with. It is difficult to communicate to your viewers.
Michael, forgive me, just because for those of us who are not completely in tune, you say the other crime, and the falsifying business records has been done 1,000 times. This means that Donald Trump ordered the business records to be falsified. They've got to prove that beyond a reasonable doubt. And then what is the other crime?
In order to conceal or cover up another crime, when you read the statute of falsifying the business records, that's what's in there. So the prosecutors have a couple of different theories as to what that other crime is. I just don't know how it's going to be crafted, because jury instructions are often boring. We've done these cases 1,000 times. For example, selling narcotics is 220-39. That's been on the books forever. It's been done 1,000 times. You really don't have a lot of play when it comes to jury instructions for the 99% of cases. This case is unique, though.
Yeah, well, no kidding, it's unique. Robert, how does that play to the jury, right? Because you're going to have a prosecutor and you're going to have a defense attorney on Tuesday, 3 hours for the prosecutor, 2 hours for a closing argument from the defense. Do you want to take that long for the jury?
So people's attention span is much shorter now. And our recommendation to lawyers is to not take all the time that you're entitled to. And really, you're not trying to persuade anyone at this point. People are either on your side at this point or they're not on your side. What you're primarily doing in a closing argument at this point is to empower the people on the jury who are already on your side. Give them the reasons to be able to make the argument back in the jury room.
All right, so, Michael, back in the jury room, and you've been pretty much spot on throughout this whole thing, even the night of the indictment coming down, you said this all rests on Michael Cohen, and it all did rest on Michael Cohen. Michael Cohen was, by all accounts, a complete disaster for the prosecution. Then Robert Costello got on the stand for the defense. He was probably a disaster for the defense just because he got into arguments with the judge and the like, not because of his testimony. But now you get to the jury and into the jury room. How do you see this jury? What has to happen for them to convict Donald Trump of anything?
There has to be, first of all, I don't think there's going to be a conviction. I don't think there's 12 people going to go either way. And I'd be curious to hear your other guests' opinion about the two attorneys that are in this. These two attorneys, to me, are critical. They're either going to make their own camps or they're going to join forces and go one way or another. I can't imagine, when you go to law school, credibility is everything. And appeals cases are done on credibility of the witnesses. That's never disturbed. I can't imagine these two attorneys saying, well, he's lied about everything else, but this time we should believe him. So they're going to be the ringleaders of this jury. And I think your other guest is dead on. It's people already have an opinion. Now it's time to hash it out in the jury room. I simply don't see 12 people going one way or the other.
All right, so Robert, what does that mean for these two attorneys? How do the lawyers, if you were advising the prosecution and the defense, how do the lawyers talk to the lawyers on the jury?
Well, the lawyers are going to be able to dig into the documents and actually deal with the documentary evidence, not just based on whether or not you believe someone or not believe someone. I mean, they're used to assembling pieces of evidence and connecting dots and making arguments, making inferences from pieces of evidence. So they're not going to be in a situation where they're just saying, well, who do you believe? I believe this person, you believe that person? And the other thing about the attorneys is whichever side they land on, they have the capacity to wear other people down. And so as a general rule, so I've picked over 500 juries in my career, and I've let lawyers be on maybe 7 of those cases in my career. And because if a lawyer is on your jury, someone made a mistake, one side or the other.
Thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.